Welcome to Start, Sits, and Salutations. I'm Joey Wright, and today we're at the Central Florida Zoo, and I am extremely excited to be here today because today is my first visit in over 20 years after I was banned for fighting the rhino on my 21st birthday. Remember me, Jeff? Starts. Oh, what was that? Oh, the Empire State Building is that way. Here's a fun fact. America has never lost a war where donkeys have been in use. During the Civil War, in fact, when horses weren't available, they used donkeys instead. Another great replacement this week would be Taysom Hill against the Atlanta Falcons. Last year when he played the Falcons, he was the QB4 and the QB8 in both weeks. Giraffes are actually the tallest mammals on Earth, with necks that seem to stretch all the way to the sky. A player I expect to stretch the field this week would be Van Jefferson against the Tennessee Titans. He'll be a sneaky plug-in flex play against a team that gives up the most yardage to wide receivers. But what kind of horse is this? This enclosure is home to the Eastern Screech Owl, one of nature's masters of disguise, and I've been standing here for 30 minutes and I still don't know to find the little guy. A player that's kind of been missing of late is Los Angeles Chargers tight end Jared Cook, but I do expect him to show up this week as he's playing against the Philadelphia Eagles, who give up the 4th most points to tight ends.
Hey Joe, they took the owl out about an hour ago to clean the cage.
What?
Yeah.
Your mail. That was me. Today's question comes from Davek Luge on Twitter. Oh, wow. No Dear Joey or anything. This guy gets straight to the case. Davek asks, Damian Harris at Carolina or Cordell Patterson at New Orleans? Half PPR. Well, Davek, both matchups are kind of tough this week, but if I had to pick one, I would lean Damian Harris because the Panthers still are giving up a little bit of rushing yards compared to what the New Orleans Saints are. Thanks for the question. Sits! Contrary to their names, spider monkeys, like my friend Richard here, are not actually related to spiders. They can't spin a web, and they don't have 8 legs. A player that hasn't really been living up to his name this season is Matt Ryan with the Atlanta Falcons. He's barely averaging 16 fantasy points a game, and he has a dangerous matchup Week 9 against the New Orleans Saints. Alligators have to eat 70 pounds of food per day. Here at the zoo, they'll feed them whole chickens, bones and all. One time I ate a whole chicken, bones and all, and I had to go see a special doctor who gave me shots in my stomach. I would not recommend it. One player I would not recommend starting this week is Steelers tight end Pat Fried Moose.
Nope.
Pat Fryer Tuck.
Nope.
Pat Fryer Mouse.
No.
Robert Loja.
No.
Pat Fryermuth.
Yes.
Even though he was great last week, this week he plays the Chicago Bears, who've only allowed 8 points per game to the tight end position. This Florida black bear was actually confiscated by Florida Fish and Wildlife. They're actually a brother and sister pair here that were raised together. And since they were raised together by humans, they cannot be released back into the wild. They really pose no threat to humans at all. A lot like 2 other Chicago Bears, Allen Robinson and Darnell Mooney, against the Pittsburgh Steelers this week. Thanks for coming along. See you next week.